Check right, check right. What? Go. Right over there. Right.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A gain there of 21 yards.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here in the game's opening drive. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 46 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trubisky now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Kenny Young, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
18. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now Trubisky to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. And then having a pretty decent ball game. If I had missed him, it would have been a different story all night.
Brandon Carr there to make the stop. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the handoff, it's Cohen. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Red, go. 48. Actually, don't like the 48 right now.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. 25. Check over. Check 25. No. Go ahead, baby. Go. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Double dog. That's the way. 58.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And that is incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
31 yards there and a first down.
First down, Chicago.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's first and 10. First down, here's White. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's White. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now it's Trubisky. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. With it is Brown. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's going to look deep down the field, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Check 4, please.
Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to let it go deep. That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a gain of 34. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack on first down, Trubisky, big hold of the 30, over the middle complete. It's Cohen. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 84 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Results in a fourth down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. Let's go, D. Let's go. Check. Fresno. Kill.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Let's go, baby.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Cohen, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Again, it's Cohen. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a give to White. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They only needed a couple, but the blocking was good, and, of course, you can't tamp him down when he gets past that line of scrimmage.
No, and guess what? Not only were they physical at the point of attack, they executed so well. That's what you have to do in short yardage situations. Everyone has to be in the right spot, taking on a defender to give him the chance that they did, and he took full advantage of it.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And some space here. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 23. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another.
This is caught inside the 15. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 54 yards. They'll run here with Ingram. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go one more. 58, come on. That's it. Come on. Hey, come on, yo. Come on, yo. Sammy, watch twits. Watch twits.
Second down and goal. Jackson stepping up. He's going to keep it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Tucker's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's first and 10. The drive starts with a run by White. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Lock in. Motion.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon, his second sack of the night.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say that was a game-saving play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. Now it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. That is caught by Cohen. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
41 come up. Hey, dude. Check 41. Check. Hey, 18.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Ingram again. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Well, he's going to go for it all. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Alert! 41 Mike. Go! We got. 41 Mike. 41.
trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Here's Trubisky. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Cyrus Jones picks it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Check 26, check 26, check 99, check 99, check 31, check 31.
Jackson, option right. Fights through, and now a crease. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives him a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up second down. Throwing now is Trubisky. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Chris Wormley in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that...
Foot on the gas, I will not crash, they will not stop me, tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me, celebrate, I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man up, man, oh there with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Chicago Bears. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition.
And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
56, Mike, 56. We want this.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. Now Trubisky lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Lock in.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Rip left.
They will run for the first time here with White. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They go right back to White here on first down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, a run from White. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, 27 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. The point after is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here we go. 6 yards. I got him.
First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Chris Thompson. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thompson. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, all knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Buying time to his left, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Here we go on 4th down. Haskins. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there's a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
50, 180.
They run. This is Cohen. And he's he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back? That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now third and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen in the final seconds of the first half, and the Bears have taken the lead. Point after, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Hey, no, 58, come on. I'm on. Watch the seat.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking to throw again on second down. Haskins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. He's got Thompson here, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Haskins back to the air. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jonathan Bullard. showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. An effective 7-yard third-down conversion.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Well, there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on second down. Haskins, only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third down. Here's Haskins. This will be caught at about the 5. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go. Kill.
Haskins on the keeper, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They try again with Peterson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
They come out here in the eye. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Haskins will keep it on the sneak. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
On 1st down, Thompson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
So another big shot dodge there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Coming this way. Here we go. Protein spill. Alert. Hey, 18.
They try again with Cohen. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under 1 minute to go now in the football game. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Haskins to throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
That's the score. Bears 21, Redskins 9.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Redskins take over.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready. Shoot to Pittsburgh. It's 59. Mike to 59. Check pass, check pass.
And they take a knee.
Haskins on the keeper.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural. But
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that. And I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Landover.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give, how much blood.